Good day viewers, today I will be taking you through a simple client and server socket program. We are going to be writing this program using Python programming language. First of all, let's start up our Python programming user interface, the graphic user interface. Okay, here we go. Let's create a new file for our server program. Okay, as in every programming language, okay, modules and classes have been created in the programs. All we need to do for socket programming is to import our socket module so that we can make use of its classes and its methods. Okay, after creating the socket module, we need to create a socket object. Okay, we create the socket object. Let's name the object sock. Okay, we create it by calling on the function socket.socket. Okay, yeah, this we have created our socket object. The next thing is to derive or define the IP address or the host name of our host. How do we do it? Our host, we call on the function which will help us in getting the IP address or the socket name, the host name, I mean, socket.get host name. Okay, this is a function that gets the host name. Next we have to define the port in which we want our server to operate in. Okay, the port has to be between 0 to 65535 bytes. So let's say ours should be 54321. Okay, now the next thing is we want to bind, since this is a server, we have to bind the host and the port number so that whichever message that is sent to that host through that port number we will be able to receive it. Okay, how do we do this? We call on the socket object, okay, and the function bind. Okay, and we bind the host with the port this way. Okay, this function binds our host and port number. The next thing we have to do is to tell our socket, okay, the object we have created, to listen to connections, to listen to expected connections from different clients. Here we also have to specify the number of clients we want our server to be able to accept simultaneously. Let's say 10 of them. Okay, our server will be able to listen to as much as will be able to accept connections from as much as 10 clients. Well, this is a simple server program, but so as to show us that our server has received connections from a client, let's ask it to print a message once it receives a connection. Okay, we will use a while true condition. Okay, let's name whatever clients, when it accepts a connection, let's name it connection. Okay, and the address, okay, of the connection will be, okay, we call on the function of the that accepts the connection, accept. Okay, this function it accepts the connection from the client, it gets the address, okay, and it saves it under the name CON, which is a short form for connection. Okay, now we can ask our server to print I just got a connection from this address. Okay, don't forget your comma here, from this address. Okay, the server will print out this message. Okay, now we can also ask our server to send a message. Our connection should send a message to the client. Okay, saying, for example, you have been connected to our server. Okay, we have been connected to our server. This message will be sent to the client. Okay, with this we can close the connection. We can close the connection. Okay, let's save this. Send my works as my server. Okay, the next thing, let's create our client program. Let's write our client program. Let me copy this, paste there. Also in the client program we have to import the socket module and create the socket object, but take note of the host name and the port number. This is a client. Okay, the host in the client should be the IP address of our server. Okay, and the port number also should be the port number in which the server is listening from. But because we are writing this, we are running this socket and client on the same laptop, on the same PC, on the same host, the same IP address of the server is that of the host. That is why I can use the same code to get the IP address. And the port number of the server, as you can see here, is that of the client as well, which the client will attempt connection with. The next thing is to ask the object we have created, the sock object, to attempt calling the function of connect, to attempt to connect with the host via this port number. Okay, now after attempting connection and the server accepts its connection, the server will try to send a message to it, so we have to allow it to receive the message. Okay, let's ask it to print the message it receives. Okay, the message there it receives. Okay, and we also specify the maximum byte of message it is allowed to receive. Let's say 1024. Okay, now this will allow our client to print out the message it has received from the server. Okay, I think that's all we have to write with in the client program. The next one is to close. Okay, we close it with this function. Okay, I think that's all. Let's save this as my client. Save. Okay, now let's run our server. Okay, our server is running fine. Let's run our client. Okay, connection refused. Okay, this is an error that occurs due to the operating system blocking the client from connecting to the server. Okay, this can be resolved by, let's go into where we saved our server and client program. Okay, we go into properties, security. Okay, we allow make sure all of them have full control. Sorry, properties. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, let's close all this and restart them. Restart the server. Okay, this with IDLE. Okay. Start the client, edit with IDLE. Okay. Let's run the server. Okay, our server is waiting for connection. Let's run the client. Okay, good. Here we go. We have a message. Okay, our server is saying I just got a connection from the IP address. This is the IP address of our server, okay, our client. So this is the IP address of our client, and this is the port number in which our client is sending this message from. Okay, and this is the message our server sent back to the client that you have been connected to our server. Well, this is how to write a simple server and client program. I hope this tutorial has been useful and beneficial to you. If you have any questions, you can write it in the comments box below, and I'll see if I could answer your questions. Thank you for listening.